Well, hello everybody. This is Lisa Freeman here from stampingwithlisa.com, and I've got another great video for you today featuring the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle, or the Sand and Sea Suite from the Spring Mini catalog. And this is the card I'm going to be showing you today. Yesterday I showed you my card kit. I have a January card kit in the mail that you can get to make these 3 cards, and yesterday I showed how to make this one. So you can check that video out on my YouTube channel. And then today we're going to do this one, and tomorrow I'm going to do this one. So let's get started. Hope you guys are having a great weekend. It's almost over and back to work again tomorrow. But hopefully you guys had a great weekend. Hey, Michelle. Let me get my computer set up right. And then we will get started. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is show you exactly what we're using. So we're going to start with the Sand and Sea Suite, which all these cards are from. And we're going to be using the Friends Are Like Seashells stamp set and the dies that match, the embossing folder, and the paper. And then on the next page is the actual stamp set and the dies, so you can see them up close. And also we're going to be using the Many Messages stamp set, which is really cute, and the die that goes with it. So that's a bundle. And I used this before and did a video on it, but it is really cool, so I wanted to show it to you again. So this is what it looks, well, I'll show you in just a minute. Let's go ahead and get all the paper products out. All right, so we've got lots of stuff for this one. I think I'm not going to use this paper. It just gets too messy. All right, so we've got a 5x6 piece of white. This is for doing the Many Messages. I've also got a 5.5 by 4 1/4 shimmer white. That's for doing the shells on. A piece of 5.5 by 8.5 Blushing Bride. A piece of, and I hope this is showing up in the, let me check the screen. 5 1/4 by 4 Sand and Sea designer paper. 4 by 2 Rococo Rose, or Rococo, I don't know if it's Rococo or Rococo. 4 by 1.5 white, and then I've got some of the ribbon, or the twine. This is the new snail mail twine combo. So you get Blushing Bride and white. And I'm so glad they finally brought white back. So you're going to need a little piece of this to wrap around the card, and then also we're going to do a little bow. So those are the supplies you need, in case you want to take a screenshot of that. And then we'll go ahead and start. All right, let's get all these stickers off. I hope this video works today. Yesterday I was having really big internet issues, and my internet conked out right when I started a video. So then I started over, and then about halfway through it conked out again and did not come back for a while. So I had to finish the video just on my phone, which I usually don't do. And then I had to figure out how to merge the 2 videos together and then upload it to YouTube, which took me almost all day to do. So my whole day yesterday was wasted doing that. So, all right. So the first thing I did was I went ahead and embossed this and the shimmer white piece. So this is the designer paper. I ran it through the embossing folder for the shells, which looks like this. It's really, really pretty. So you just put it in the embossing folder, and out it comes looking like that. So you can see it's really pretty and embossed on there. Then I also did the same thing with the shimmer white. So I put the shimmer white inside. It came out embossed. Then I took that and put it through the die. So it just goes right over top of it after you emboss it. Or you could do the other way. You could cut it first, then emboss it. I feel it's easier to line up doing it this way, but you know, you can do it either way, it doesn't matter. So you line it up. I always use washi tape to hold it down, and when you pop it out, you get this. Now, if you're getting the kit from me, you're just gonna get one of these, and yesterday we used these 2 shells. Today we're gonna be using this one. So you really only need 1 sheet to do all 3 cards. Hey, Sharon. All right, so let's go ahead and I've already got that shell from yesterday left over, so we don't have to cut a new piece. And we're gonna stamp that and then cut it out. And also we're gonna stamp our shells on here. So I'm going to be using Blushing Bride for all of these. So the first one, just ink it up really good. Oops, I gotta make sure my camera doesn't shake. Let me move it down a little bit. All right, ink this up really good. And then we're gonna stamp right on top of this. And it's pretty easy to line up once it's cut. But if it doesn't line up perfect, that's no big deal because you're gonna fussy cut it anyway. So give it a good press and it comes out great. And I also did one of these on the inside of the card. I didn't show you that. So on the inside I put happy birthday and the shell because the front said just wanted to say happy birthday to my beautiful friend. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp another shell on the inside. There you go. So we're done with that one. And then on this little piece, we're going to be doing the sand dollar. And just do it like, you know, 3 or 4 times. And then we're going to also do the starfish. And if it overlaps, it's no big deal. Maybe stick one more in there, kind of like that. All right, then we're going to be sponging it. And I'm going to sponge it with the blending brushes. And so I guess you wouldn't really call it sponging, you probably call it blending. So you're just gonna rub a little bit on there, and I always dab it off so you don't have too much, and then just sponge that. I mean, I keep saying sponge it. Just blend it on there. It's just habit. Because we just got these new brushes. They're in the new Spring Mini too. And they just are so awesome. I love them. It just gives you such a really nice coverage, and it doesn't leave the blobs on there like, you know, sometimes you get with the sponges where you get that blob. And then if you have fingernails, which I don't because I work at an urgent care center, so my hands are bathed in soap and sanitizer all day long, so my nails just never grow. They're always breaking. But if you have fingernails and you do the sponge, you know, you probably get those fingernail marks when you're sponging on there. But this, you don't have to worry about that. So there you go. So that's all we need to do for that. So we're done with the Blushing Bride. And then we're gonna just put this together. So first we're gonna do this piece to this piece. And this is 1.5 inches, this is 2 inches. And I did that because I wanted more of the Rococo rose to show, or Rococo rose. I really don't know how to say that, but hopefully I'm saying it right. All right, so we're gonna just cut this out, and I'm gonna just cut a little bit closer than the edge because I like to get it just a little bit closer and not have quite as much white showing. I just like a really, really teeny bit of the white edge. And these are super easy to cut out. I mean, literally it takes like less than a minute to cut any of them out. And always save your pieces like this because I've got another shell I can use, plus I can use that seaweed on something else, so don't throw that away. All right, so then we're gonna just glue this down with some Tombow multi-glue right in the middle. And the thing I really love about this glue, number one, it holds really well. And number two, you can move it for several seconds after you put it down in case you put it down wrong. I've just got a teeny sliver hanging over, I'm gonna trim off. All right, so there we go. And then we're gonna put this onto this piece. So we're just gonna glue that right down. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I think I'll put it around the whole thing. I was gonna put the ribbon, the twine around this, but I think I'm gonna put it around the whole entire thing. I think I'll put this way. And we're just gonna do it about right in the middle. And hold it for a second. And I think I want to put a little bit more color on here because it's not quite dark enough. So I'm gonna get that ink back out. Put a little bit more just to make it pop. You know, like Emerald used to say, bam. Mine'll be pop. Give it a pop. There we go. That looks better. Okay. So now we're gonna do the twine. So I've cut this piece and it's, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 inches. if that. It's just got to be just enough to go around the middle of the card. So what I do is I just lay it down and then have about 1 inch hanging over. So it must be about 6 inches. All right, and then usually I use a little bit of adhesive to hold it down. I got a little piece of stuff on there. Piece of black cardstock or something. But I think what I'm going to do is put a piece of Scotch tape on it also just to hold it. Just to make sure it doesn't pop up. There we go. All right, so then we're going to glue this down onto the main piece. So this is a pretty easy card. I still have to do the words, but they're pretty easy too. All right, so this, and this paper I forgot to show you. This paper is so pretty. Here's a couple more sheets of it that I did. So depending on which part you get, some of it has a lot more yellow in it than the other. So I've done a few pieces of it, but I guess the piece I grabbed right here is more pink than the piece I had earlier. So this was the original one. See how it's got more yellow in it? It just depends on where you cut that piece. All right, then we've got our shell. I'm gonna put that down with dimensionals. Just have a couple left. Uh-oh, I need to bring a whole new sheet in here. And stick a couple of these little pieces on here. Take that off. It was so cold today. I went out, had to go run errands, and I met somebody for lunch, and it was so cold outside. And then tomorrow is supposed to rain all day. I'm ready for spring. How about you guys? You ready for spring? Hey, Debbie. All right, so what I do for the bow is I just get 2 pieces. I always like to, when I do twine or linen thread or anything like that, when it's really thin, I like to get double, so it just makes it look bigger and more fluffy. And so you just grab it and it's still on the roll, make a little loop, wrap it around, just like you're tying your shoes, bring it through. The key to bows is hold the center as you pull the ends and get it until it's exactly how big you want it, and then just kind of play with it. So that's the key to making a great bow. And then we're going to just trim that a little bit, and we're going to put that on with a glue dot and stick that right on top there. Oops, stuck to my finger instead of the card. All right, and then we have to do the words on the front. So I'm using this many messages stamp set. So it comes like this. This is a smaller version of what it really looks like. So in person, this is what it is. It's one big giant stamp, and you get all these stamps in there. If you wanted to, you could cut them apart, but I don't know why you would do that, because it also comes with this die. So when you stamp it, the die, I've got one already stamped here, the die cuts it out in one, like one cut. All you have to do is line up, there's these little stars and hearts on here. So they put those on there to help you line them up. So you just line up those on here like this, and then I've got some washi tape to hold it, and then you put it through the die cutting machine, and when you do, you end up with all of these pieces. So it's just so many words, and then you can put them in a little container or a little envelope or something like that. So whenever you need to make a card, you can just go through here and pick one out really fast. So I love that. So I've punched out like 10 of them already. So I just have a whole pile of these laying around. So I love this concept. I hope they do this more often. The only thing you have to be careful of, I used a 5x6 piece of paper, but then I just realized I stamped it too close to the top there, so that one is not going to punch out right, but it's a little crooked. I should have done it a little more this way, but that's okay. You have a whole bunch of other ones to pick from in case you messed it up. This is also a good stamp set that would be great to use with your Stamparatus, which I did not bring in here with me, but if you have a Stamparatus, this would be perfect for that, because then you could really line it up and get it exactly perfect. So I'm going to just go through here and pick out one. Let's see which one we want to use. Oops. All right, I think for this card, how about this one? Be strong, be brave, you've got this. I like that. So we're going to put a couple dimensionals on the back of that. Let me cut these. Oops. And if you would like to get this kit, you can just go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com. All the details are on there. It's the January card kit. And if you purchase the the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle, you can get this card kit for free. And also you get a celebration set, so it's an extra bonus this month. And, oh, hey, Debbie. I like it better when you do bows. Oh, she likes it better when I do the bows for her. Yeah, most of my customers like it when I do all the bows. But you guys need to learn how to do that. So anyway, if you buy the Friends Are Like Seashells bundle, you get the card kit to make those 3 cards that I showed you, all 3 of these. So you get these 3 cards, all the supplies to make them for free, and you get a celebration set. And then if you buy the suite, which is the Sand and Sea suite with everything in it, plus the pack of blending brushes, so you get 3 of these. They're $12. Then you get 2 celebration sets, and you also get 2 sets of these cards. So you'll get enough to make 6 cards. So that's a really good deal. So if you would like to do that, just email me at stampgirl2@cox.net or go to my website, stampingwithlisa.com. You can click on the email me button there. There's also a PayPal button to buy it there. Or if you place an order through my website, I will just send it to you. So lots of different ways to get this. So I hope you liked this video. You can also check out more videos. They should be popping up on the screen in just a minute. And I hope you check them out on my YouTube channel. And thank you so much for joining me today. I'm thankful that this made it the whole way through without messing up. Hopefully my internet is going to be working from now on. So you guys have a great rest of your weekend and a great week.